Okay, good morning, Year 8. We're going to look at profit and loss now in the percentages topic. Now, let's just look at some terminology. First of all, retailers or shop owners, store owners, they buy goods and they sell them, buying and selling. Now, if they sell them for a larger price or a higher price than they buy them, they make a profit. But if they sell them for less than it if they sell them for less than they bought it for, that means they lose money. So let's have a look at this. First of all, cost price is how much they buy the item for. Selling price is how much they sell it for. Now, how do you know when they make a profit? Well, if the selling price is greater than the cost price, in other words, if they sell it for more money than what it costs them to get the goods, then they make a profit. If the selling price is less than the cost price, then they make a loss. Now, just be aware, that symbol there is greater than. And this symbol here is the mathematical symbol for less than. You would have seen those before. Okay, so you might want to make a note of that in your books. So here, that is greater than. And here is less than. Okay. All right, let's have a look at the first question. Now, the book bin buys books for $18 each and sells them for $22.50 each. So for each book, calculate the profit. Okay, so let's write down a couple of things firstly. What can we say about the books themselves? Well, the books are bought for $18 each, okay, by the shop. That means the cost, let me just title that up there. The cost for one book is $18 and they sell it. They sell, or the selling price is $22.50. Okay, so how do we calculate the profit? Well, think about it. If you're the shop owner and it costs you $18 for getting the books or getting a book, and you sell one of those books for $22.50, the profit will be the difference. Okay, so the profit will be the selling price minus the cost price, which is $22.50 minus $18. It means your profit is $4.50. Now, if you've got a negative number, you'd actually be making a loss, not a profit, but we've got a positive answer here, so that's our profit. Okay, now we've got to look at the percentage profit. Percentage profit. That means we're expressing our profit as a percentage of the original price. So our profit is $4.50. Cost price was $18. So 18. And to convert that to a percentage, you multiply by 100. Okay, so let's try that now on the calculator. So you're going to get 4.50 over 18 times by 100 equals, that's 25. So now it's not 25%, Sorry, it's not $25, it's 25%, right? Because remember it says percentage profit. All right, so 25%. So if you were to label those numbers, if you want a little formula, that number there goes in the denominator. That is the cost price. And this number here is your profit. Okay, so profit divided by cost price multiplied by 100. Make sure you add the percentage sign there as well, and that gives you the percentage profit. All right, copy all that down, and then we'll look at the second question. In fact, you could pause the video now and have a go at the second question by yourself. So let's have a look at the second question. All right, so we've got Renee buys a car for $17,500. So straight away from that statement there, you could say that the cost price is $17,500. Now, 2 years later, it's sold for $15,000. So I'd say selling price is equal to $15,000. Now, obviously, there's been a loss, isn't there? Because if the car costs this much and then you sold it for this much, you're selling it for less than what it cost you. So that means you've got a loss there. So the loss is the difference, isn't it? So you're going to have 17,500. Let's just make that a bit bigger. Minus 15,000. That should be dollars there. Dollars there. Okay. So that's $2,500. All right. Now, just draw a little line here, a little dividing line. Now it says you've got to calculate the percentage loss. Okay, so we're going to express our loss. Our loss is $2,500 as a percentage of the original amount. Okay. Now that's our fraction. Now times by 100 to convert it to percentage equals, let's work that out, 2,500 divided by 17,500 plus by 100. Okay, so to one decimal place, and that's what it says, it's 14.3, and that's percent. Okay. Now we should use our approximate symbol there, a dot above and a dot below, because we're rounding. Now, just like before, we could label the numbers here so we can see a pattern. Now, the number on the bottom, just like we did in the previous example, is the cost price. And the number here is loss. Okay, so let's have a look at another example. So make sure you copy all that down and we'll look at our last example. Okay, so Cooper buys a mountain bike for $850. Let's make that Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper buys a mountain bike for $850 and sells it a year later at 13% profit. Find the selling price. Okay, so the cost price, let's write that down. How much should it cost to get the mountain bike? $850. Okay, now you sold it for 13% profit. Okay, so I'm going to work out what the profit was. Profit is 13% times 850. Okay. Well, I guess technically I should put 13% of 150 of, which is 13% times 850. Okay, put them into your calculator. So 13, now the percent button is just above the bracket key on your calculator. You've got to press shift and then the left bracket and times 850, and you get 110.50. There we go, 110.50. Okay, so that's the profit that was made. So if you're going to now calculate the selling price, well, we're just going to add those two, aren't we? The selling price will be $850 plus $110.50 equals, okay, so add that on your calculator. You should get $960.50. There we go. Okay, now there is a quick way of doing that question. I'll just show you a little shortcut for this one. Now, the quickest way, because we're selling we're selling it for more than the original price. I'm going to say that represents 100% of my cost price, and I'm making a 13% profit. So the quick way, so if I write down the shortcut, is to find 113% of $850. Okay. So just put that into your calculator, 113% times 850, and you get the same answer, of course. Okay. And that's it for today.